everybody, it is Malik again, and we're going to knock out intermediate level 3 and probably intermediate level 4 in this video. So again, if you like these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications bell, and there is a link down in the description if you feel so inclined to donate to the channel. The subscribers are definitely going up. I'm very pleased with the subscribers that I'm getting. I appreciate all you guys are doing. And I do have a lot of plans that I want to do. I want to get into a bunch of videos in sequence on, you know what, maybe you're thinking about taking A plus, or you want to know about A plus. Now, while I can't technically teach it straight from the book, I can cover the things that we talk about in A plus, and then even networking and subnetting and VLANs and ports and DNS and DHCP and all that stuff. I want to get into a whole array of videos that cover some very large topics, but it takes a while to create that type of content, and it's going to be many videos. I don't want to cover too much in each video, so I mean, A plus could easily run 20 videos, without trying to kill you with a whole bunch of stuff. Again, I can't teach it straight from the book due to just conflict of interest, but I can talk about the stuff that you need to know to pass the test, or need to know if you want to get deeper into IT. So plan on doing that stuff, but it does take a while to create them, to create the material, to create the slide decks and things like that, and then to, of course, be able to show you it in practice. So any donations are more than welcome. But what we're going to do here, we have intermediate level 3. We do not have a form. We just have a button here, or really an icon here, an image that just says danger, restricted area, and we have the enter site. So if we click on it, we're going to come right back with invalid details. So we don't have a form here to give them any information. But just because there's not a form to give them any information, it had to have sent them something to tell them that we were not allowed into the site. So your job here is to take a look, and you've already done some research on this, of how do we send credentials to a web server to prove we are who we are. And you've seen the code, or a form of this code. You've seen the code where we have to put in a username, we have to put in a password. It's validated, and if it matches, we get in. If it doesn't match, we don't get in. But this time it didn't ask us anything. It automatically sent something that said, nope, you're not getting in. Now there are a couple of ways that we can solve this. I already had my system set up one way, so I'm going to show you that way. That uses a third-party program to where we can modify some data. And I will show you another way that still requires an add-on to manipulate data. So again, there's multiple ways, and I'm sure there's more ways to do it than just the two that I know of, or the two that I've used before. But I'm going to quickly show you both, and then we'll just do one of them to see how it works. So again, take a look. If you don't understand it, if you're completely stuck, just take a look at how to manipulate data from a client to a server. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of time to do that, and kind of a hint here, of course, is these are being done through validations, so we're typically dealing with cookies. So if you want to take a look at how to manipulate cookies. Alright, so I'll give you a second to do that. We'll come back and I'll show you the two ways that we can pull this thing off. Okay, so right now I'm in Internet Explorer, so I don't have all my Firefox plugins. That's why it's good to have multiple ways out. One thing that I would do if I was in Explorer, or even in Firefox, I can do it that way, is I would run this program. Now we've already played in it. This is Burp Suite. When you install Burp Suite, you do have to install the certificate and all. You're not going to be able to get to HTTPS sites, but when you download Burp Suite, they do give you a guide on how to install the certificate. But this does take a little bit of setup. I had to set up, just so you can see, I had to go into Tools and Internet Options, go to my connections, and change my LAN settings to use my local address at port 8080. Okay. After I did that, you got to close your browser, open it back up again, because Burp Suite by default uses that as its proxy. So what happens is when I submit a page from here, instead of going directly to the server, it's going to come into Burp Suite, and I'm going to see everything. I can change things, and then I can release it. So the way I do that is when I go to Proxy and Intercept, I turn on the interceptor. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting some data anyway. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of refresh this page to kind of send that data. And in Burp Suite, I'm going to kind of go through these things, ticket by ticket. Now, you may have to take a look at 10, 15, 20 of them to find the one you want. Well, if we see down here, I have one that says cookie restricted underscore login equals false. Okay, well, what happens if I change false to true? Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Now, another way I could do it, I'm logged in, same account, but this is Firefox. What I can do with Firefox is I have a program, an add-on called Cookie Manager. I can click on Cookie Manager and say Open Cookie Manager for the current page. That is going to show me every single cookie that is transmitted from this page. And you see there's one here that says restricted login. This one I've already edited. It says equals true. It originally said value equals false. But you just type over it and you say true. You save it, and then if I was to submit it, I would pass this site. Okay. So again, it really depends on your browser. It depends on your plugins. So I'll go ahead and do it through burp, just since this is up. I'm going to change restricted login false to restricted login true. I'm then going to forward the packet, and I can turn off the interceptor to where all packets come through. It's kind of thinking here. I may even have to refresh the page, but nope, didn't even have to refresh it. It auto refreshed, and I got through. So I just used Burp Suite to do it. Again, I could have just as easily, again, it says incomplete because I haven't refreshed this page, but I could have easily just have gone into here, changed this, clicked on edit. That, again, that was false, but change it to true. Down at the bottom, save it, close it, refresh the page, and I'm in. It says completed here. It keeps me on the same page, but it says completed, so I can go to intermediate level 4. So that is 2 ways of doing it. Alright. So, let's see what the next level holds for us. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I meant to kind of zoom into this thing for you to make it a little bit easier for you to read this stuff. Oh, make sure my interceptor's off. And in fact, to speed up my internet, I'm going to go back to automatically detect settings. I'm going to close Burp Suite. But what we have here, and again, I'm going to zoom in. Alright, oh, this one's going to be a fun one. We are trying to write some JavaScript that throws an alert. This is a dialog box that says hack this. But they're telling us they have a filter for it. What they mean by that is they are using input validation. So I'm going to copy this and just show you what I mean by input validation. Let me open up a notepad. I'm going to paste this baby in here. Okay. Now, in any website, this should not be allowed to go through. Because it's injecting, this is nothing but a cross-site script. It's injecting JavaScript directly to the website. So what should happen if we type this into a dialog box, it should see this and go, no, 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 no. I do not allow open caret script close caret, and I do not allow open caret / which is close script close caret. So it will typically take that and, kind of typically knock it out. Make sure my font's okay. There we go. So it will typically knock it out. So what you'll end up with is just this. Okay, well that's not going to do anything. Okay. Or it may just get rid of these, in which case it's not going to do anything. It's got to be formatted exactly this way. So what you want to do is do some research on how to bypass filters with a cross-site script, usually XSS, written XSS, cross-site scripting. So see if you can find a site that explains how to bypass validation or sanitation and use a cross-site script. We do not need a third-party program with this. This is done directly from here. Okay, so I'll give you a second to figure that out. It's a nice little trick. Okay, so they're telling us this won't work. Putting this right in there is not going to work, but they want this code exactly the same. They don't want anything to change. Okay, now remember when I said that, and I'll put it up here twice, that you got to understand validation and sanitation. Validation is not going to allow it to work because it's going to see it and it's just going to wipe it out. Sanitation is going to see this and know that it's an opening tag for Java or JavaScript, and it's going to wipe it out. And same here, it's going to wipe it out. Or worst case, it's just going to wipe this out. Actually, it would probably take both of these and then this, in which case neither one of them is going to work. Now, it does that because it knows what to look for. It's been told to look for this particular thing and told to look for this particular thing. So if you've done some research, you have probably stumbled across a page of how to get something past a sanitation or a validation rule. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to write the word script inside of the word script. So, inside of the word script, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. It really doesn't matter where you break it apart. And inside the tag close script, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Now, let me explain what happens when we send this to the server. The server is going to scan over and go, oh, nope, I am not going to allow this. Nope, I am not going to allow this. And when it gets to the end, it's going to submit it. But look what it submits. It submits the exact script we want them to submit. It doesn't go back and recheck. Now, if there was a loop that made it go back and run through it again, okay, well then yes, it would pull that off. But very seldom sites do a loop around their script because they expect their validation and sanitation to pick it up the first time. So I'm going to take this exact line and copy it and paste it into this box. And submit it. And we're through. And that, my friends, are 2 more levels. We only have level 5 coming up and level 6 coming up. Now what we have in level 5 is we have an automatic banning script. The script works by parsing log files for failed login attempts. The script locks out any IP address for 10 seconds after every failed login. The log output will be displayed below. Attempt to log in while avoiding detection. So we're going to have to do a little bit of research on this one. We're going to have to take a look first off at the script on how it locks out, and we're going to have to see the log output to see what we get. We have to do a little bit of playing around in this one. This one we start to get a little bit more complex. Alright, so until next time, my friends, when we will take out probably level 5 and level 6, which will get us through all the intermediates, and then we will probably hit, I don't know, we'd probably hit the crypt levels. We'll do the forensics, and we'll probably hit all the real levels, maybe even that one forensics level. Alright, so until next time, my friends, again, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos get posted, and if you feel so inclined, please donate to that PayPal account that will be listed down in the description box. Alright, you guys have a great day.